Good day, dear friends and cat lovers. Today we will talk about what might offend our furry companions. Did you know that many everyday actions that seem completely harmless to us can cause stress, discomfort, and even feelings of offense in cats? Let's figure out which 15 common things might upset your four-legged friends and how to avoid this. Imagine this. You return home after a long workday, and your cat demonstratively turns away or leaves for another room. What did I do wrong? You ask yourself. Perhaps the answer lies in one of those familiar things we'll talk about today. Before we begin, it's important to understand cats are not small people in fur coats. They have their own language, their own needs, and their own perception of the world. What is an expression of love for us might be a real ordeal for them. And vice versa. What seems unpleasant to us, cats might adore. That's why it's so important to learn to understand your pet. So, let's start with the first common mistake that offends cats. First, forced hugs and kisses. Yes, no matter how much you want to tightly hug your furry friend and kiss its face, most cats don't like this. Unlike dogs, who are often delighted with close physical contact, cats prefer interaction to happen on their terms. When you grab a cat and press it against yourself, it feels trapped. This causes stress and can undermine trust between you. How should you properly show love to a cat? Let it come to you on its own. When it jumps onto your lap or lies next to you, you can gently stroke its head or scratch behind its ear. Observe the reaction. If the cat purrs and puts its head under your hand, it means it likes it. If it moves away or tenses up, it's better to stop. Remember how pleasant it is when a close person hugs you, and how unpleasant when a stranger grabs you. For a cat, forced hugs are approximately the same as a stranger's hugs for you. Even if you love your pet with all your heart, it's important to respect its personal space. Second, loud sounds and sudden movements. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing. They can hear sounds in a range up to 64 kilohertz, while the human ear perceives a maximum of 20 kilohertz. Imagine how loud things that sound moderate to us seem to them. Loud music, shouting, slamming doors, a working vacuum cleaner. All this can cause severe stress in a cat. It might hide in a secluded corner, flatten its ears, and sometimes even show aggression, not because it's angry at you, but because it's frightened. The same applies to sudden movements. Cats are hunters, and their vision is tuned to detect movement. Abrupt gestures can be perceived as a threat, even if you're just emotionally telling something on the phone or playing a video game. What can you do? Try to create a calm environment for your cat. If you need to turn on loud music or vacuum, make sure your pet has a quiet place to retreat to. Warn your cat about your actions. For example, before turning on the vacuum cleaner, you can show the device to the cat and let it sniff it while it's turned off. Third, ignoring or, conversely, excessive attention. Cats are social creatures, though not to the same degree as dogs. They need attention and interaction with their owner. If you ignore your pet all day, don't play with it, and don't talk to it, the cat may feel lonely and unwanted. On the other hand, constantly following the cat around the house, trying to play when it wants to sleep, or endless petting can also cause stress. Cats need balance. Periods of interaction should alternate with periods of rest and solitude. How to find the golden mean? Observe your pet's behavior. If the cat comes to you, rubs against your legs, brings toys, it means it wants attention. Give it time, play with it, pet it. If it goes to its corner or sleeps, don't disturb it unnecessarily. Fourth, changes in daily routine and home environment. Cats are great conservatives. They like when everything goes according to plan. Feeding at the same time, games on schedule, familiar sleeping places. Sudden changes in daily routine can cause anxiety in them. The same applies to rearranging furniture, the appearance of new items, or the disappearance of familiar things. For a cat, its territory is a whole world, and any changes in this world require adaptation. What to do if changes are inevitable? Introduce them gradually. For example, if you're planning to rearrange furniture, don't change everything at once. Start with one piece of furniture. If the feeding schedule changes, do it step by step, and be sure to maintain some constants for the cat, such as its favorite sleeping place or toys. Fifth, punishments. Many owners, discovering a puddle on the carpet or a torn couch, try to punish the cat. They yell at it, spray it with water, or even apply physical force. This is a big mistake. Cats don't understand cause and effect the way humans do. If you punish your pet even a few minutes after the misconduct, it won't connect the punishment with what it did. Moreover, punishments only increase stress and can lead to new behavioral problems. The cat won't stop doing what it's being punished for. It will just start to fear the owner. What to do? Instead of punishments, use positive reinforcement. Praise and treat your cat when it does what you like. If there are behavioral problems, look for their cause. Often it's stress, boredom, or medical issues. And remember, the cat doesn't do anything out of spite. It just has different logic and different needs. Sixth, forced bathing. Most cats hate water and perceive bathing as real torture. Unlike dogs, cats handle hygiene perfectly well on their own. They lick their fur, keeping it clean. Of course, there are situations when bathing is necessary. For example, if the cat is heavily soiled with something toxic, or if it has health problems that prevent self-care. But under normal conditions, regular baths are unnecessary and only cause stress. If bathing is still necessary, do it as gently as possible. Use warm, not hot and not cold, water. Special cat shampoo. Talk to your pet in a calm voice. After bathing, thoroughly dry the cat with a soft towel and keep it in a warm room so it doesn't catch a cold. Seventh, direct eye contact. For humans, eye contact is a way to express love and attention. But in the cat world, direct gaze is often perceived as a threat or challenge. When you stare into a cat's eyes, it may feel uncomfortable or even frightened. How to properly communicate with a cat through gaze. Use the so-called slow blink when you look at the cat and slowly close and open your eyes. In cat language, this means, I trust you and I don't pose a threat. If the cat responds in kind, congratulations, this is a real cat kiss. Eighth, unsuitable litter or a dirty litter box. Cats are very clean and demanding about their toilet. If the litter box is dirty, the litter smells unpleasant, or its texture doesn't appeal to the cat, it may refuse to use it and start looking for alternative places. What to do? Regularly clean the litter box, preferably immediately after the cat has used it. Completely change the litter at least once a week. Experiment with different types of litter to find one that your particular cat likes. And remember, there should be at least one litter box per cat, but preferably two. Ninth, improper feeding. Many owners feed cats what they eat themselves: sausage, cheese, sweets. This is a big mistake. Human food often contains salt, spices, sugar, and other ingredients that can be harmful to cats. In addition, cats have special dietary needs. For example, they need taurine, which isn't found in human food. Another common mistake is feeding on demand, when the cat gets food whenever it asks. This can lead to obesity and related health problems. How to properly feed a cat? Choose quality food suitable for your pet's age, health condition, and activity level. Maintain a feeding schedule and control portion sizes. And remember, clean, fresh water should always be available to the cat. 10th, limiting hunting instincts. Even the most domestic and lazy cat remains a hunter by nature. Hunting is not just a way to obtain food. It's an important part of feline psychology. When a cat cannot realize its hunting instinct, it may experience frustration, which manifests as aggressive behavior or apathy. How to help a cat hunt in domestic conditions? Play with it using interactive toys, fishing rods with feathers, balls, mice on a string. Hide toys around the house for the cat to track down. Use cat puzzles where treats need to be extracted. All this will help your pet realize its natural instincts and avoid stress. 11th, lack of a scratching post or an unsuitable scratching post. Sharpening claws is as natural for a cat as brushing teeth is for us. It's not just a way to keep claws in order, it's also a way to mark territory, stretch muscles, and relieve stress. If a cat doesn't have a suitable scratching post, it will use furniture, wallpaper, or carpets for this purpose. What should a good scratching post be like? Tall enough for the cat to fully stretch out. Stable so it doesn't fall when the cat uses it. Made of material that your pet likes, some cats prefer cardboard, others sisal or carpet. And, of course, the scratching post should be in an accessible place, not hidden in a far corner. 12th, lack of high places. Cats love to observe what's happening from a height. This gives them a sense of security and control over territory. If there are no places in the house where the cat can climb, it may feel vulnerable and constantly be tense. What can be done? Provide the cat with access to high shelves, the tops of cabinets, windowsills. You can buy or make special cat shelves, ladders, hammocks. The ideal option is a cat complex with several levels, scratching posts, and houses. This will not only make your pet happier, but also save space in the apartment, especially if it's small. 13th, improper use of pheromones and scents. Cats perceive the world primarily through smell. Their nose is 14 times more sensitive than a human's. Therefore, strong smells that just seem unpleasant to us can be real torture for cats. Cats especially dislike citrus aromas, the smell of vinegar, essential oils, strong perfumes, and household chemicals. If you use scented candles, air fresheners, or cleaning products with strong smells, your cat may experience discomfort. What to do? Choose household chemicals without strong smells. If you use essential oils or aromatic candles, do so in a room where the cat doesn't have access. And remember, what smells pleasant to you may be unbearable for your pet. 14th, ignoring the need for solitude. Despite the fact that cats are social animals and enjoy interaction with their owner, they also need personal space, a place where they can go to feel safe, rest, or just be alone. If there are no such secluded corners in the house, or if owners constantly disturb the cat when it wants solitude, the pet may experience chronic stress. This can manifest as aggressive behavior, health problems, or even depression. How to provide a cat with the opportunity for solitude. Create several secluded places in different parts of the house. This could be a cat house, a box with a cutout entrance, a special shelf near the ceiling, or just a quiet corner behind the sofa. The main thing is that the cat feels safe there and that no one disturbs it. And finally, 15th, lack of mental stimulation. Cats are intelligent animals that need not only physical, but also mental activity. If a cat sleeps all day or just looks out the window, it may suffer from boredom, which leads to apathy or, conversely, to destructive behavior. How to provide a cat with mental stimulation. Use interactive toys, cat puzzles, treat-finding games. Change toys so they don't get boring. Create new routes for exploration. For example, temporarily open access to rooms where the cat usually doesn't go. Talk to your pet. Show it videos of birds or fish. All this will help the cat stay active and interested in the surrounding world. Now that we've examined 15 common things that can offend your cat, let's think. How do we create a truly comfortable environment for our pet? First of all, we need to understand that each cat is unique. What one likes may not suit another. Observe your pet. Learn to understand its body language, the sounds it makes, its habits. This will help you better understand its needs and preferences. Create a diverse environment for the cat where it can realize all its natural instincts: hunting, climbing, hiding, observing, sharpening claws. Provide access to windows so the cat can monitor what's happening outside. For many pets, this is better than any television. Respect the cat's personal space and its right to solitude. Don't force it to socialize when it doesn't want to. Remember, true love for an animal is not shown by constantly squeezing and kissing it, but by creating conditions in which it will be comfortable and safe. Regularly play with the cat. This is not only a way to strengthen the bond between you, but also an opportunity for the pet to get the necessary physical and mental exercise. Devote at least 15-20 minutes a day to games, dividing this time into several short sessions. Provide the cat with proper nutrition, regular veterinary care, timely vaccination, and parasite treatment. A healthy cat is a happy cat. And perhaps most importantly, learn to speak cat language. Cats communicate with us constantly, but they do so in their own language. They use postures, facial expressions, tail and ear movements, sounds. If you learn to understand this language, your relationship with your pet will reach a new level. For example, did you know that a slowly blinking cat expresses trust and affection? Or that a cat lying on its back with an open belly doesn't always invite you to pet it? Sometimes it's just a comfortable resting position. And a vertically raised tail indicates a friendly attitude and readiness to communicate. Study cat language. Observe your pet, respect its characteristics and needs, and then your cat will never feel offended or misunderstood. To sum up, we can say that most cat offenses are related to misunderstanding their nature and needs. We often project onto our pets our ideas about what they should like, forgetting that they are representatives of another biological species with their own psychology and physiology. But it's enough to slightly change your approach, show more attention and respect to the peculiarities of feline nature, and your pet will respond with sincere affection and trust. And what could be more valuable than warm, harmonious relationships with the small furry creature that chose you as its human? I hope this video helped you better understand your cat and avoid common mistakes in communicating with it. If it was useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. In the comments, tell us what other cat topics interest you. Until next time, and happy life with your furry friends.